Hi guys, so today I'm just going to make a couple of soaps in this little cupcake pan. Now you guys know I got this at Hobby Lobby. I think it was only like $3 or $4 right now that they're on sale. It's the Valentine's obviously shape. They have them in the Valentine's craft section of their store. I also have the Wilton one that I showed you guys at the beginning of all this, and it's right here. This one of course costs more money. I haven't even opened it yet because yesterday when I used some of the leftover soap in this, it came out so awesome and real easily, so I'm still gonna use this one here. But they're basically exactly the same. If you look at them, they are, you know, copies of each other. I'm assuming this one's a copy of the Wilton one. So anyway, so I'll be using that. You're gonna need your mixing bowl and then like some smaller ones. I probably won't use the big bowl. I think I'm gonna use the small guy because all we're gonna do is melt some clear glycerin and some white glycerin soap, the melt and pour soap. So I showed you guys that yesterday. So this is the pure glycerin and opaque, which is white. This is from Hobby Lobby. And then I have the clear one also. Okay, so we need clear and white glycerin, or whatever kind of soap you like. If you like using the goat's milk one for the white, or for the white soap, or what's the one I've been using? The cocoa butter, is that what it is? I can't remember. That stuff's really good. So, you know, definitely use that, whatever you like. And then the clear obviously needs to be a clear soap base, and this is melt and pour soap. If you don't have something cute like that little heart one, you can just use a regular, oops, look at that. I don't know why I always want to do that. Bar soap mold, that'll work too. You can just embed whatever you want in there. And today what I'm going to do is embed some of these hearts. Now, this is a soap mold. This came from Hobby Lobby. This little guy came from the other one. Just yesterday when I made all these hearts. I have all these extra hearts from the project we made yesterday, the cupcakes, so I'm probably going to use those in like a loaf mold or something. And then what was left over of that had melted and scented, I made all of these. It was enough to fill in even this, so just half a cup of soap was plenty. So I have 3 of these large hearts left over. All I did was melt the pure glycerin soap, the clear kind. I scented it. It's already scented with grapefruit because that's what I used yesterday, and just added some of the red coloring. And that's what made this kind of fuchsia hot pink color. So I'm going to be using these to embed in the soap, okay? Also, you're going to need a spray bottle with some alcohol in it. That helps the layers adhere because we are going to layer this up. And I need to scent this batch of soap. So I'm going to be using the vanilla since the grapefruit scent is already in the hearts. I'm going to scent this soap with vanilla and a little bit of grapefruit just to bring that out a little bit too. So it's going to have like a vanilla grapefruit scent, which is awesome. And just something to stir with, and of course a microwave, because you need to microwave all these things. So we're just going to get started. What I'm going to do is, I'm only going to make a couple of them, so I think I'm going to melt 3 of the blocks. Now this is from Hobby Lobby, like I said, so this stuff right here, it looks like maybe 6 ounces of soap. And I like to cut them a little bit smaller just to get it going, but this will melt really quickly. And I'm going to melt this first, we'll start layering it up, and then I'm going to melt the white soap because it's not going to take very long for that to melt. But I do need the clear to set up before we add the white layer. So I'm going to put these in the jar. And then with the white soap, I don't need too much of that either, but I'll go ahead and melt 3 bars of that too, through the little bars the way they sell at Hobby Lobby. So again, about 6 to 8 ounces. And I'm going to melt this, but I'm going to melt this after I've melted the clear soap, okay? So for right now, I'm just going to cut it up and put it in here. That way when we're ready, I'll just have melted and I'll let you know, okay, I melted it now. And that's it. So I'm going to put that in here. So to get started, I'm going to go ahead and melt the clear soap, and then we will scent it and get started. All of, 45 seconds to melt. So I'm just going to add some of the vanilla. And this kit came from Michael's. And I think it's like $23, but you definitely want to buy it with your coupon because, you know, that would just be the best way to do it. So let me get some of that in there. It doesn't want to come out. There we go. All right. And then I need some of the grapefruit. And I'm just going to add a little bit more vanilla, but I have to mess with it. So it was just making me struggle a little. I just took the cap out of it, and I'm going to leave it off because I still have to scent some other stuff with it. So that's a good amount of drops of vanilla, and it is very strong. As soon as I opened it, it's like, wow, that's vanilla. Let me wash my hands off. Okay, so that's all we're going to do with this one. We're not going to color it or anything because I want it to be clear so that you can see the little heart that we embed here. So I'm just going to bring out my mold, and I'm going to pour a little bit of the clear soap, enough to fill in that little bottom ridge. Because what I don't want my pink heart to just sink in, okay? I want it to if you start off putting down the pink heart and then doing this, it might sink into the mold, and that's not what you want. Well, that's not what I want. I'm gonna take my alcohol spray just to spray it real quick to get rid of any bubbles that might be there. And I'm just gonna make sure that it really got in there. Now I'm only gonna wait about 30-40 seconds, and then we're gonna add the pink hearts and then add more clear over that, okay? So let's just wait a few seconds here. You can see there's like a little skin forming there. So I'm gonna take my pink heart from the case here. There's a little bit extra, and you can see there's a little bit extra on this edge. I just use my fingernail and kind of cut it off, but you can take it off however you like, but that's just how I'm gonna do it. And basically we're just gonna place this down in there. Kind of gently, you don't want to really push it through or anything like that. And then I'm gonna do the same with the other one, of course. And clean up the edges. That one does have a little extra. And I'm gonna place it right down here. Actually, sorry, forgot. You really want to spray this with alcohol so that those layers adhere better. So I'm putting that guy down. Oop, see, I did that one crooked. Okay. And now I'm just gonna take the rest of my glycerin. I'm giving it a mix, and you see what's sticking to my spoon? We don't want that in the finished product because then it's going to leave a big clump. So now I'm gonna pour a little more clear, just as much as I think that covers the heart, which is awesome. That should do it. And it should fall under it pretty well and all around, okay? What happens is that it's glycerin and it's so watery, it'll get right under that heart, so it's not a problem. And as you can see, the heart looks like it's almost disappearing. We're gonna take our alcohol and spray it again just to make sure there's not a lot of air bubbles just kind of hanging out there. Okay, so right now while this is setting up, for just a second, I'm going to melt the white soap. A good amount of time because you really want a nice thick crust to form, because what happens is this is glycerin, and glycerin is very light, and once this is warm enough it can penetrate that and then it'll sink right in. So you really want to make sure that there's a nice coating. So I waited probably 3 to 4 minutes. The only danger with that is that maybe the layers won't stick together, so hopefully they will, but we're just gonna give it a spray again, and we're gonna come in with the white glycerin. And now I've already scented this with the 2 different scents, and what I'm gonna do when I pour it is pour it over my spoon so it kind of fills in without cutting right into the without cutting right into the soap, if that makes any sense. Okay, I want to make sure that gets right in there. And again with the other one, I'm gonna get these clumps out of the way, and then we're just gonna let it set, and once it's all set up it's gonna look great, hopefully. And the white background helps that pink heart pop. So that's kind of why you want to do the white background, okay? So we're just gonna let these sit here for as long as it takes for them to set up, probably a good hour or so. Sorry, it's got a little messier than I thought. I had tried to cap it off a little better and there was a lot of extra, so I had to pick it off and I just kind of threw it in the sides here. Okay, I had an extra one over here that I made, and I can tell it's not as clear as I would like. So apparently if you tint the Something Fabulous soap, even the clear glycerin one, it looks good. It looks nice and clear. Like if you see these, they still look nice and clear. You know, they're pretty. This is a couple of the extra ones. I just poured the clear soap out. As you can see, it's very cloudy. You can't even really see my finger through there. So unfortunately, that's making the embedded item not be able to see it so well. So what I would recommend is, if you're going to do this, I'm still going to show it to you guys because it's still the same routine. You just still do the same stuff, but use the Life of the Party clear glycerin soap. This is avocado cucumber. This is not clear glycerin, but I wanted to show you the brand there. They do carry this at Michael's and Hobby Lobby, and if you have a Joann, Joann carries it, but my Joann doesn't for whatever reason. They don't have any soap things. Get the Life of the Party brand because it will be clear. Brambleberry.com again has very good soap stuff. So anyway, it's gonna pop out real easy. Look at that. It pops out super easy, but as you can see, it's like cloudy. So you can see the pink in there and everything. It's still cute. It's just not as crystal clear as I would like. I would like it to be much more clear than this. So now I know I'm not gonna make a whole like loaf out of this soap because it's gonna look cloudy, which is not what I was going for. But I do want to show you something else. Well, let me pop this other one out so you can see it too. Very cute. Let me show you. I have that extra one and I wet it because I know when you wet glycerin soap it gets more clear. So let me wet it again so I can show you that. I don't want to wet the other ones, but this is an extra one I had, and as you can see, it's much more clearer, and you can still see the little pink in there. So, you know, it's up to you what you want to do. I would definitely go with the other brand, though. So, still the same routine. If you're embedding a little toy in there, a little plastic toy, if you're making a bar soap, whatever, still the same, and this thing smells Fabulous. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. So anyway, I am going to finish washing my hands off with this. And thanks for watching. I'll have pictures for you guys. And if you have any questions, please ask. Like I said, it's the same routine. And just use a clearer, much clearer soap. Okay, this other base here. So thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.